Hey, welcome into A Cup of Hoops, Season 3, Episode 13, Texas versus everyone. Yes, we are talking a little more TABC. As always, this episode is sponsored by Synergy, where you're going to get 3 takes, 2 voices, and 1 cup of hoops. Quick message from A Cup of Hoops before we jump in, and you and me are going to rock this thing, BZ. A Cup of Hoops is powered by Synergy Sports. As an evaluator, Synergy makes things easy. Their tools are a game changer for basketball at every level. With an open source system, player filtering, and access to accurate stats, Synergy provides the insights to help us excel at our job. Most NBA teams and college programs trust Synergy for video streaming, database analysis, and now it's available to high school programs. So high school programs, we're getting close to the season. Jump on Synergy. It is awesome to watch your players there. Little housekeeping. We've got an incredible Gasso lineup this weekend. We are very, very excited for that. Recapping TABC on Friday on the newsletter. Lyndon's been putting that together. And then follow us because coverage will be coming at you. All right, BZ, we've had a little bit of time to settle from the TABC. I just want you to give a casual thought now that we're 3-4 days away from it. Just kind of the murmurings after the event.
It goes in phases, I think. First it's all about it's about the high school, right? It's about the anticipation of a schedule, the breakdown of us as media, how we're going to cover it. Then it's the wave of college coaches. It's the being very present with the college coaches once you're at the TBC, and then afterwards, what I've learned is it's not just the college coaches. Now it's the high school coaches that I've had a chance to talk to, and how their point of view is they get to play hoops. There's some old time coaches out there that just love to play hoops. They love to coach hoops, and I've received a handful of calls about, hey, we got better because we know what we got to improve on. I had talked to a coach that they went 0-3, but you would have thought that they went 3-0. And I think that there's that element that we talked about, right? I talked about it on GassoCast. There's that the team aspect of all of this, because ultimately you're going to start chasing something, and whether it's a district title, a state title, there's always something you can chase as a team, and you know that better than anybody, being a high school coach, a former high school coach. So I think that that's kind of the lasting effect on me right now, just because it's so present, it's so fresh in my mind from getting those types of phone calls.
Yeah, I'll go with kind of the college coach's perspective. I got a phone call from a college coach yesterday, and he was just like, we were talking. I was like, "Was it your first time at TABC?" He was like, "Yes," and he's like, "I've been to 7 different ones around the country," and he goes, "This one's by far the best," which is really cool to hear. It's just like we're in the right spot. We get to cover, not that our jobs are easy, but the players make it very easy. They're very, very good. All of them. We have too many. To be honest, and we can point college coaches in so many different directions, and that's the fun part of our job. So I just wanted to give Texas a shout out, man. Like, that is the best event in the country, and it rings the bell every time, and it puts pressure on college coaches to make decisions, because you can get so much done in a weekend for the state of Texas because of how it's done. So just thought I'd give that shout out to Texas. Texas versus everyone. I'm here for it. TABC Showcase, best event in the country. Let's move into the recruiting simplified part of things. What's something that a college coach said to you this weekend that kind of had a lasting effect that you could share maybe to our listeners, as it pertains to recruitment?
I think the for our parents and for everybody involved to be patient. Sorry, just got a dog that just pushed the door open and walked in. I thought it was a kid. the To be patient here, because talking to college coaches, it's kind of what I've said before. They are taking notes. They are in that war room of theirs in their head as they're watching teams play, and they're watching players, and they're taking notes. Now they might miss on some because they're going to have to wait to see what's available as they start really getting recruiting. But I think just from a standpoint of the recruiting, and for this segment of, you know what, it's just beginning, because we still have 2 events in July, and then we have, of course, the August, September, that they can start going out, the college coaches, onto campuses to do more evaluations. And so there's not like just all of these offers that are just flying off the table. Some of them are a lot of interest. Some of them are a lot of relationship building, as you have talked about. And so I think that there's a lot to be said to just what just happened here from the college coaches of just, you know what, this is when they start. This is really when they start recruiting the bulk of the 2026 class. Next year, it's going to be when they start recruiting the bulk of the 2027 class. So I just really think that talking to them and trying to get some feedback from them, they're still in the mindset of, you know what, we just started the June practice sessions. We're going to get into our season, and we're going to build our roster for 2026 real soon and really start hitting up these kids.
Yeah, they just
Yep.
rounded out their roster.
Yeah.
That's good.
There's still some that are trying to. I mean, I'm talking to college coaches who go, oh, I have two to give.
Yeah,
I'm waiting.
yeah. It's the reality of the situation. And dude, we actually, this is perfect that we kind of hit on what we're talking about. I just talked about don't kill your recruitment before it begins, which, I was talking about the 26 class. Like, everything should be on the table right now. And I talked to multiple college coaches who said, hey, this player, I'm not going to recruit them because of external circumstance. And, give yourself every opportunity to be recruited by every single level. And just in a sense, like, develop relationships. That's what you got to do. So don't kill your recruitment before it begins. Take your time. Like you alluded to, 26 is just beginning. If you're 27 and you didn't get any recruitment, I would say that's normal. That's the majority of players. But just stay in the lab, get better. And then 26 is, man, just be open for anything right now. Take your time, be patient, as Blue said, and develop those relationships. I think that's the best thing you can hear right now, and it's okay. I know the dream is to have the dream weekend where you pile up offers. It's just not the reality for most kids. And that's okay. That's okay. Moving on here, more TABC coverage. We went back and been watching film. Obviously, there's too much to catch in one sitting. Like, you can't even catch a fifth of the teams, quite frankly. So who was it, Blue? Who was a player that you went back and watched this week that stood out, that popped on film? We're going to talk about 2 players, and or 4 players total, 2 each. Who was the first guy for you?
From Frisco Liberty, Brandon Stevens, 6'1", 6'2", guard. He really impressed me with his development to start off with. I mean, he's a guard that we have seen over the last couple of years, but he really took initiative and inserted himself into that offense. Multiple games of nearly 20 or maybe over 20. He's got a knack for playing defense, and when I'm watching him on film and I can slow it down a little bit, I mean, he's being a leader out there. He's just not bringing the ball up the court and looking for a shot. I mean, he's out there talking to his teammates. He's playing the defense. Like, there's a couple times where he's picking the ball off, and then all of a sudden, boom, he's a little jet and goes and finishes at the other end of the in transition. And so he really showed a lot of tools on both ends of the court that going back to watch on film, it was really I'm glad I went back to go watch him, just because he's improved. He's a guy I've seen before in the past, and you can kind of see where he's trending right now. And I think that he did catch some eye of some recruiters that taken a lot of interest in him.
Yeah, I actually talked to one, which is cool. And Brandon's been chugging along, and he's been making plays. I love that call out. I'm going to go with Rodney Wagner, staying in Frisco Panther Creek. He just got buckets this weekend. He played Palestine Westwood, who does have Kavian Bryant. We have him ranked 5 or 6 in the 27 class. He's phenomenal. And Rodney just put the ball in the bucket. And it was a back-and-forth game. I think Rodney ended up with like 40 points. He scored. He found his rhythm early, and he scored from every level all game long. And it's a kid I saw at the Frisco Lone Star Thanksgiving event last year that I had marked down, put in the scouting service, and then I saw him play like that. Just really fun to see when kids just continue to get better. And Rodney just boosted his stock a little bit. last weekend at the TABC with a phenomenal performance. And I think the other games he played great as well, because I heard nothing but buzz from the camp. But when I watched, I was very, very excited to see him and see where he's at. Who's another guy, BZ?
Oh, a transfer over to St. Michael's and Jaden Buchanan. I mean, he 6'6". I mean, he'll go the length of the court. I mean, when I was watching him, one thing was, how is he going to fit in? I mean, there's always a lot of moving pieces whenever you're transferring into someplace, especially like St. Michael's that's had a lot of success. And so what he was able to do is his same old thing: run the floor, score around the basket. He's going to rebound. He's long and this plays above the rim. This great looking athlete that has all the intangibles, and so he fit in nicely from everything that I've seen. It's early though, but when you can make that type of transition and get into onto a new team and fit right in, and you fit a role what they need over there for Cooper Land, the head coach at also St. Michael's. I mean, it's just it matches. It fits perfectly right now. He did a really good job of everything.
I'm going to put a small asterisk in there with Jaden Buchanan. I saw him first at St. Andrews, and he's handling the ball, doing all this stuff from the guard spot. And to see that he's willing to play any role that it takes to win and for his team to be successful, I think once a coach gets him on campus and sees like the plethora of this kid's game, they're just going to be jaw dropped. And I think, he's a kid that is maybe staying even under the radar because you don't get to see it all showcased there. So I love that call out, Blue, and it's great to see that he's that dynamic where he's getting standout from every position on the court, because I saw him like hitting threes, playing out of the pick and roll, making passes, and it sounds like I didn't catch St. Michael's, but it sounds like he was doing some different things with them. So it's really fun. We got ASAC coming this weekend. I'm excited to watch him again. I'm going to go with Elijah Hayes from Rockwall Big Time Prep. This kid really popped off. Talented big guard. Like, he's a real big guard. He's 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", somewhere in that range. I couldn't tell from the film exactly. I think he was listed at 6'6". Wasn't familiar with. Loved the way he got downhill. He had this he's strong body, has great pace. I think he's from Canada, knows how to play, knows how to use his body, sees the floor. And I particularly loved him on the defensive end. Off the ball, man, he was looking man, ball, knees pointed at each. He just knew where to be. He was a very, decisive defender. When the ball was in the air, he'd be there for the closeout. Intelligent player, caught my attention. And, man, he's going to make a splash, I think, in the next rendition of the 2026 rankings. I talked to Lyndon about him. We saw him separately, and we came together for one of our scouting service meetings this morning, and we were like, did you see that kid? And we kind of said what we thought his level was on three, and we were like, yeah, he's really good. So that was fun, man. It was really fun to see that. Obviously, TABC is a joy to cover, and then this weekend we got dudes all over the place, so it's going to be a blast, BC.
Oh, we're at how many courts do we have? Like 9 courts, 142 teams before the open period begins in a couple weeks.
You tired?
Yeah. I got some pep in my step last couple of days, but it's when you look down for the next month, our entire month of June is insane.
Yeah, we hit the 5 out of the 6 weeks. I think we go 39 out of 41 days of work, and it's our job is a blast. But this time of year, it's like, hey, we got to
be
put
ready
those to the grindstone, and we got to grind a little bit. And it's been fun. Excited for this weekend. Excited for the live periods. And then you won't hear from me and BZ all of August, right?
Probably not. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, we appreciate you being here, and thank you for following the Gasso coverage. Make sure you're following us on IG, on Twitter, on YouTube. We'll be putting out stuff all this weekend, and we'll see you next time.